the topic of workshop. So this topic is really thought-provoking, and I'm sure that all of you are, working in this work, in this field, and you are, participating and more sharing your research areas and research interest into this part. Actually, my research area was totally different from what you people are talking. But since I was searching yesterday about that Internet of Things, and then I heard yesterday Professor Murlidhar Kulkarni ji afternoon, and I found that this is very interesting topic actually, and this field has got really a bright future, and maybe in coming years this is going to be a hot topic again. So what I was wondering about, this Internet of the Things is, in future maybe we will have some kind of chips or something like that. Like yesterday, Professor Kulkarni talked about it, that maybe you will have the sensors or maybe chips, and that will be providing a lot of information about the particular things, and especially if that's kind of chips, if they are, embedded in the human being, you may get, BP, and then all body parameter can be easily found out. Maybe if you something like that, if you're maybe heart is not working, maybe 50% working, if your kidney is not properly working, something like that may happen in future. So I found it is really interesting. Maybe you are like, happy hormones which are there, they're not secreted properly, you will get to know about it. So this topic was I found it's amusing, actually, really amusing. And then I was trying to thinking about it, that such kind of technology which is advancing at a fast rate, and if these things happen in future, like that sensors are embedded somewhere and you get to know, so there may be kind of hackers or something like that also. Privacy things are also there. So what will happen in future? So this is like, layman person in this field will think about it. What will happen to us, a common person like us? So what is really interesting is, when technology is moving so fast forward, like it is moving so fast, and the human being are also, trying to pace with that, but simultaneously bad element in the society are also there. They are also, trying to hack the things. So what will happen, if such things are moving forward? So what is important for all of us? So what do you think, that if such thing happens in the future, we have to have the people who are morally, really, ethically and morally abled people around us to use such kind of technology? We also see nowadays that robberies and things are happening around using this, technology things, new technology. So if this Internet of Things go further ahead, which is really interesting, and then maybe it will be useful for all human beings, human race. So there has to there must be something that should be bridging two things, that means human being who are using it and that technology which is advancing it. So what that bridging thing is. So my sessions are a little, interactive session. I would request all of you to share generously in the chat box about the kind of, if the questions are there. So what do you think, that if the Internet of Things and the technology which is advancing so fast, what are the things they are required in the human being to use such technology? Just thought-provoking questions which are coming into my mind, which is I'm sharing with you, because my topic is linked with that. So may I request to share in your chat box Maybe Dr. Akanksha, if you can read in the chat box what answers are coming, because when the screen is full, I am not able to read those things.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
What is the bridging thing which is required for the human being who are using this kind of internet things? If anything that comes into your mind, please share. I mean, it
Ma'am,
is very
somebody
open
says that
discussion.
presence of mind.
Correct. Thank you so much. Yes. Anybody else?
No, ma'am. Only one answer is there.
Okay.
Ma'am, human values.
And ethics.
Human values and ethics. Thank you so much.
And
Yes.
integrity is another answer.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So actually, what is required over here is like,
Screen is not moving. If you are changing the slide,
no, I have not changed anything
okay,
yet.
okay.
I have not changed. So anyway, participants, what is the most important thing when the technology is advancing? The human being, which is those who are using it, that how do they use that things? How the technology which is advancing for the benefit of human being, how it has been used. And we know that, I mean, like terrorist organization and then hackers and number of wrong elements, if it goes into the wrong hand, what happens? It is human race which suffers. So what is required over here is that thinking process of the human being, if it is on the right direction. Like, technologists and scientists like us who are putting up our efforts for the well-being of the humanity, for the well-being, whatever you are thinking from the point of view of well-being of the humanity. Okay, so when these things, they are given to the humanity as a gift from the other human being, so they must be used correctly. So what is required over there is what kind of thinking process all human beings should have to use that thing. So it is mind.
Adaptive nature.
I'm sorry. So it is your mind.
Ma'am, adaptive nature because cultural change and other socio-economic changes are coming around. So that adaptive nature flexibility is also required on the part of human beings.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, correct. That we have to have the adaptability, and we have to have the thinking process which is adaptive to whatever changes they are coming up. And because it is for the well-being of the human race, so it is the human psychology. So my topic, as I said, it is related to the human psychology, and I'm going to a step little bit ahead and a step little bit backward. So my topic is yogic psychology and heartfulness meditation. How these things, which has been given to us by technology and given to us by the science, how do we use it? And when we expect, like, the scientific community, the technological community will be expecting that whatever you are inventing in your own way should be used correctly. That is always there in our heart, right? We always think whatever we invent, we think in a positive way. But there are people who are sitting on the other side of the fence. They are also there. So we are thinking in a broader sense, that if whole humanity thinks in a positive way, the human race will be living very harmoniously, in a very uh, amicable atmosphere. Do you think
Ma'am,
so?
your voice too slow. I'm not here.
uh, is it true for everyone? I'm sorry.
No,
No,
ma'am, you're
no,
audible.
you are
No,
audible.
ma'am, you are audible.
You are audible. No issue.
Okay, thank you so much. So then the next question to all participant is like, when the government is giving so much grant to all of us, we expect that the human being, whatever we are, putting our effort into the research and giving it to the whole human race or maybe the society, it must be used correctly. That is the main part on our side. right? So what comes into our mind is always the well-being of the humanity. So in your opinion, what do you mean by the well-being? When we talk about
Common
the,
good for the society.
I'm sorry, can one person speak?
Ma'am, I was just saying common good for the society, which is what you call good for everyone on earth.
That's correct.
Something.
That's correct. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So when we think about the well-being, we think in all respect. So that means this concept of the well-being actually based upon the notion that we have created. I mean, this is our creation. What do you mean by the well-being? Well-being is about the how people feel, how they function on the personal level as well as social, as somebody has just now just commented onto it. And this is a more, it has got, you know, the more broader concept behind it. It's about the life, it's about everyone. And just see, for wellness, what do we do? What do we do for our wellness? Because it has got a broader aspect, as I have said. So anyone who would like to share, or maybe I just go to it. So for
Ma'am,
our,
we do charity.
yes,
We
please.
do charity. We try to help people, so that gives us mental peace.
That's
And obviously, other meditation and other mental well-being, physical exercise, and all. We also try to do that. We try to interact with the society and the family to know, try to be social with everybody.
exactly. That means for our wellness, we think from, you know, broader perspective. We first think about our wellness. That means how do I do well about myself, like my you know, physical well-being. Then I take care of my, you know, I do exercise, I take good sleep, eat good, you know, I take care of my heart. So it starts with our body. It's the wellness is about the body, mind, and spirit. Okay, so body, that means I take care every day of my body, taking bath, and you know, all those things. And when we talk about mind, uh, nowadays, I mean, like if you just think maybe a billion year back or sometime when the human being was just formed, he was just interested in his body, how he can maintain his body, like, you know, he should not be prey for the other animals. But little later, when the human being were evolving, he realized that the mind, or maybe the education, so taking care of mind was equally important. So these two things were very well taken care of by the human being. But about the spirit, that means because of that spirit, or maybe because of that soul, why I exist over here, this part is little bit not taken care, you know. So whether we take care of body, mind, or spirit, or whether we are mind oriented, whether we are body oriented, or whether we are spirit oriented, or three in one, that we will see little later. So the World Health Organization, you know, World Health Organization is always giving so many things to us and telling us to what to do, what not to do. It says health is wealth. So it says that healthy body, healthy mind, and they started, you know, a particular day for healthy body. That is the 7th April. Then other part of health, which is mental health. Now they have segregated it. So World Mental Health is described as, I mean, they have selected one day, that is 10th of October. And now, you know, the recently, since it is a yoga day, which is 21st of June, is also been celebrated. But along with that, World Health Organization also talked about the spiritual well-being. They have also talked about the spiritual well-being, but they have not defined, or they have not you know, specified any particular day for spiritual well-being. So the Western view is a little different than, you know, Indian view, or maybe the Oriental view, you can say. Whenever these things are there, the body, spirit, and mind, so they think in a compartmentalized way, like, you know, If it is a body thing, like if you're taking care of your body, you call it as a medical science, it is completely like separate. And then if it is a mind thing, I mean, when you are thinking about the mind and its well-being, it is a cognitive science, we know that. And together everything, and apart from that, where we are living, it is a physical science. But the spiritual science, as I was saying, is a little bit unknown to the most of the people. But in Indian context, yes, it is there. So Western view is they have compartmentalized each and everything. Whereas in Indian context, if you just look at in the Indian context, they think overall. It is not separate medical science, it's not separate cognitive science, it's not separate spiritual science, it's not separate physical science. What is the real reason behind it? We'll see that. So because why we think they are not separate? Because in yogic shastras, we have thought that all systems are deeply interconnected. Deeply interconnected.
Excuse me, are you changing the slides?
Yes, I'm changing.
Ma'am, we are not able to see.
Which slide it is? Which
Ma'am,
slide?
it's only the first slide.
No, ma'am, I have shifted at least 7, 8. I'm sorry.
Now it's what do we do for our wellness? We can see this slide.
This, okay. But on my side, it was changing.
Okay, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. You can share your entire screen actually.
I'm sharing the entire screen.
Okay.
What do you see right now?
We are at the.
Ma'am, what do we do for the wellness?
Okay. I mean, I have talked about it. I thought maybe, can you see anything which is changing now?
No, ma'am.
Nothing?
No, nothing, ma'am.
I think this, yesterday also I have heard
Now the screens are changing. Or ma'am, you can reconnect actually. Maybe then this problem will be resolved. You can
Okay.
try it.
I stopped sharing.
Hmm.
May I share once again? Or maybe I disconnect and do it?
Ma'am, share once again. We will see.
Oh. What do you see, ma'am?
Ma'am, it's health is wealth slide.
Okay. Is it moving now?
Ma'am, no.
Nothing is moving?
No, ma'am, it's health is wealth only.
That it's
Okay,
it's
just click on the left hand side, number 4, 5, 6. Maybe from there we can.
I think it's now you can see the full screen. I mean the screen.
Yes, but it's the slide is same, ma'am. Health is wealth.
But can you see everything on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's not on the slide sharing mode. We can see.
Okay, it's okay. What I can just do it like
Yes, ma'am.
I have made it larger a little bit. I hope so. But actually it is in the animation mode, so I thought maybe it would have been interesting. Anyway, I have.
Full view mode, please.
I'm sorry.
Just you are displaying it in the normal view. Keep it
Yes,
in
it is.
slide.
If I do the slide mode, then it is not shifting. I'll try once again.
Okay.
Is it shifting now?
No.
No, ma'am. It's not shifting.
That means I have to do in this way. It seems.
Okay.
I
What
don't
you
know.
do is you can close that left side. There is the slides are there. No, you can close that window so that this become much bigger. You close that part. Come down, there will be some. You can close it.
It is not happening actually.
Okay, don't worry. Let us go like this.
I have made it little larger.
Mhm.
Try to do that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm so sorry for that. I'm not I did not know why this happened.
It's fine, ma'am. You can just click on the left hand side, slide number 5. We will see if it is changing or not.
Can you see that?
Yes, yes, ma'am. You
Yes,
can
ma'am.
just change from here, so we will see the change.
I think that way we have to do this.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Right.
Anyway, I mean, I will be losing the interesting part then.
ठीक है, ma'am.
I'm sorry, dear
No
participants.
issues, ma'am. No issues. ठीक है. Fine.
So what I was talking to you is like, the Western view the Western people think in a compartmentalized way, the medical science is different, cognitive science is different, physical science is different, and the spiritual science is different. Whereas in Indian context, we think all together, because in our view, the all systems are deeply interconnected. That means a human being is connected to earth, and earth is connected to universe, and it is also linked with the individual consciousness as well as the universal consciousness. In what way I'm saying this, the all systems are interconnected? And now just recently we have seen the example that the coronavirus, it started somewhere in the Wuhan. It is either a spill of the from the test tube or whatever reason. I mean, it is a debatable thing, but something that happened in other part of the earth, not in our country, but we are still getting affected by those things that are happening. Do you believe this? That means anything that we do, we feel that we are doing individually, we are doing it for ourselves, but it has got the effect, or it affects the whole society or the whole humanity in some way or other way, which is not known to us, maybe which we are not able to perceive it. So all systems are connected. This is Indian point of view. Indian yogic science says that everything is linked. But whereas the Western view, they think, the medical science is different, the cognitive science is different, physical science is different, the spiritual science is different. So we have got a different approach over here. So what yoga says, and what do you mean by the yoga to you? I mean, because everything is visible now on the slide, so I cannot take, in animation mode, what answers are there. Yoga actually, what is our expectation? I mean, what we think is linked with the exercise part. Yeah, or maybe it is linked to the pranayama part of it. And some of you who are aware of it, also they are linking it with the meditation, right? But the yoga has got very larger meaning. Yoga has got very larger meaning. Yoga means union or integration or oneness with that ultimate. Or maybe we can say that yoga is also union of my lower self with the higher self. What do you mean by the lower self? It's my existence, which is a kind of divine existence, or you may call it as Atma, and higher existence means the ultimate. So yoga actually, it is a vast science of this physical body as well as the subtle bodies and the soul, and exploring the origin of consciousness and what causes the changes in the field of our consciousness is all yoga about. So yoga, in our opinion, I mean, like when I was not in this field, so I thought yoga is related to just few, exercises, and it is related to the wellness of our, health or physical health, especially. But yoga, when we go deeper into the yoga part of it, it was the sage Patanjali. It was, I think, 2,500 years before. Sage Patanjali wrote Yoga Sutras. He wrote Yoga Sutras, and then those Yoga Sutras are It contain, I mean, it is of 4 chapters. I mean, there are 4 chapters, or you can call is 4 books. They are combined together, and there are 196 sutras. And sutras, I mean, if you are aware of this word sutras, it means that they are threads. They are threads. So this sutras, he has classified into 4 chapters or 4 subgroups or 4 books. And because you get various information on the net, and various people who have deeply studied the Yoga Sutras have written different commentary onto it, and they have referred it in a different way. So some of them have referred as a chapters, and some of them have written as a book, but it's combined together. 196 sutras are there. The first sutra is Samadhi Pad. Samadhi Pad, it contains 51 sutras. Sadhana Pad, it has got 55 sutras. Vibhuti Pad has got 56 sutras. And Kaivalya Pad has got 34 sutras. These are the sutras they are given by Patanjali. And interestingly, when we study them, we realize that this Sadhana Pad, that is the second chapter, it has described the asana part of it. The yoga, now we call it as a yoga, but the asana part of it is from the Sadhana Pad. Sadhana Pad, and there are only just 3 sutras which are talked about asanas. You'll surprise about it. So what is Samadhi Pad? Samadhi Pad is linked with the enlightenment, or how you can achieve the highest goal in your life. That is what is Samadhi Pad. Sadhana Pad is about, it has talked about how we achieve that. If we have to achieve the Samadhi, then how do we do that? How we go ahead with that? I mean, how we practice about it. It's about the Sadhana Pad. There are 55 sutras given. And Vibhuti Pad is how you deepen this sadhana more. There are 56 sutras given. Now this Ashtanga Yoga, it's actually from the Sadhana Pad and from the Vibhuti Pad. There are few sutras linked to it. We will try to go in details about this. And the last is Kaivalya Pad. That is means it is related to the freedom from bondages, or maybe you can relate it as a moksha pad. But how do we relate it with the yogic psychology? This is the most interesting part of it. So we have to see how this sage Patanjali, he could able to study the human race or human being in such a deep way. He could able to identify the human weaknesses, human strongness, and how the human being can overcome these things. It's about the yogic psychology part of it. So this Ashtanga Yoga, which is known to us, all of you must have heard about it. Ashtanga Yoga, that means 8 limbs of yogic practice. 8 limbs of yogic practice, it starts with the Yama. Yama is about the good conduct. This is the first limb of Ashtanga Yoga. And the next is about Niyama. This Yama and Niyama is about, it's about your refinement of the personality. So Yama is the first step or first limb of Ashtanga Yoga. Niyama is the second limb. Yama is related to good conduct, and Niyama is related to regularity and observation. Now third limb is asanas. So this is the asana. Whenever we talk about yoga, it comes into our mind is always related to asanas and various exercises. So these asanas are nothing but yogasanas. So we can call them as only yogasanas. There are only three sutras to it. Out of 196 sutras, only 3 sutras are dedicated to this yogasanas. Then next limb is, fourth limb is pranayam. Pranayam, all of you know that because Ramdev Babaji does it so frequently on the TV, so you must be aware of it. It is related to our breathing pattern, how we inhale, how we exhale. So regulation of breathing pattern, and some of you, because who might be doing this pranayama, or maybe if you are not doing, and if you are aware how our inhalation and exhalation gets affected when we are sick, or maybe you might be knowing that when for example, when you are in fight or flight mode, what happens to your breathing pattern? And when you are angry, what happens to your breathing pattern? When you are upset, what happens to your breathing pattern? So this is how, because this is energy inflow and energy outflow. So this pranayama is really important, how we regulate this, our inflow and outflow of our energy. Pratyahara is about, inner withdrawal, the senses that we have, how we focus them within our inside. So that is about the pratyahara. Then comes dharana, that is, in Ashtanga Yoga, it's the sixth step. It is mental focus, because all of us are aware that even I asked you to sit for 2 minutes silently by closing your eyes, you'll realize that if you are not doing any kind of activity, it is very difficult to focus on something. It is very difficult to focus on something, or maybe your thoughts are pouring in such a way that they were going haywire. So this mental focus is dharana. Dharana means focusing on one sacred thought. It's about dharana. And when that dharana is there, that thought which is linked with the higher self, if it is there, then we start doing dhyana, or it is meditation. And when we are meditating, we reach to a stage like samadhi. Samadhi, that means we are now, some samadhi word is like, if you break that word, it is like some adi. Some adi means similar to what was there when this universe was not formed. That is called as samadhi. That you reach to that stage when that only ultimate was there. Some adi, samadhi, you reach to that stage. So when you are meditating, you reach to that original condition of your existence. It's called as samadhi. But samadhi, sometimes people are, interpreting in various ways, that when the thoughts are not coming and like this. But samadhis are also 3 different kind of samadhi, it's like stone like samadhi, sahaj samadhi. Like, so samadhi, as I explained to you, the meaning is you go to the level where your existence is just like what it was at the time of creation. So this Ashtanga Yoga, first 2 niyams, that is good conduct and then niyama, we can see here, it is, as I have said, that they are related to the refinement of your personality. And all of us are actually interested in developing personality, or most of you are from the teaching fraternity, so you are interested, your students must be interested in developing their personality and the lifestyle. So what kind of things that we do so that we can actually develop our personality? This part actually is not taught. We are just taking everything from the Western side. But these things are already mentioned in our yogic sutras. So what is the yama means? The yama, or we pronounce it as a yama, but it is yam. So yam, there are 5 yamas. They are described by Sage Patanjali. He says asteya. It is called as honesty. Brahmacharya is taken in a many different way, but it is not that way brahmacharya. It is a moderation of senses. Aparigraha is like, attitude of non-possessiveness. Ahimsa and Satya, these are known to us because of Mahatma Gandhiji, because he had followed these 2 niyama, Ahimsa and Satya. Ahimsa is non-violence and Satya is truthfulness. So Yama tells us, or Yam tells us, these 5 Yama tells us that what we should not do in our life to develop the personality, to refine our personality, so that we can say that it is dropping off negative tendencies and complexities. So if we follow these 5 yamas, then the complexities and negative tendencies that they are within us are automatically getting dropped. So these are the 5 yamas. Then the next limb of Ashtanga Yoga is niyama. Niyama is, what is that? Yama is what you shouldn't do, but niyama is what you should do. It is like, don'ts and do's. Niyama tells you what you should do. It's like it says tapas, penance, or the removal of impurities. It's tapas. Swadhyay is self-study. All of us, we talk about self-study as observation or introspection word thing. So Swadhyaya word is already there in our, Hindu dictionaries, or Vedic dictionary, we can say. Then next is Ishwar Pranidhan, is surrender to God. That means just link yourself with the higher self. So automatically your things will getting, surrendered to the Almighty. Then Shaucha, it's about the purity of mind and body and mind. And then Santosh, it comes automatically as we follow this contentment with inner happiness. So this Yama and Niyama, they will be refining your personality. Niyama will be cultivating the nobility and molding the character. So if these 10 things are followed, automatically personality will be refined, the lifestyle will be refined. But these are not the only things Sage Patanjali has described. There are other 6 limbs. Now here comes asanas. Asanas, that means all of us know that it is a yogasanas or a kind of meditative postures. So when we sit in the meditation, our pose or the sitting way should not disturb the inner alignment. So the asana is sitting position should be such that it should not be disturbing when we go inward. That is the significance of asanas. But apart from that, if you are sitting for a longer duration, then maybe your body will have different kind of problems. So you can do other kind of asanas, so you are active, your body will remain fit and healthy. That is also it was the purpose of the asanas. Then the 4th is pranayama. As I have explained to you, it is our breath which is coming in and coming out. It will, when we are meditating, the metabolic rate goes down. So it slows down, it settles down. So the subtle energy which is coming in is in coherence with what we are doing, that is, we are meditating. So it will be not creating a disturbance. So the significance of pranayama is there. Pratyahara is like, aligning the senses inward. We just put everything in within ourselves. It's pratyahara. And then dharana is assuming some sacred thought, that maybe divine light is present in my thought. So that is a dharana, assumption. Dhyana, as I have explained to you, it is a meditation. Here what happens is, when you start meditation, your consciousness, which is just a thin film between the superconscious and the subconscious. So this in this dhyana, the subconscious and superconscious and the conscious is getting aligned with each other, and there is expansion of the consciousness. We understand many things with our consciousness. And the samadhi, I have just explained to you, it is a realization that who am I, and aligning, or maybe just finding out the state which was there at the time of creation. That means understanding the existence of whole universe, and it is like understanding the ultimate also. So what is the role of yoga in the modern lifestyle? Because all of you are so much involved in the research. I understand that very much, because I was also involved into research in various fields. But what happens when we are having a lifestyle which is out of tune sometime? Our daily rhythm is not followed properly. We may not sleep properly. Maybe we have got problems that we face, disorders, affective disorders are there, diabetes, obesity. These are the things that we are also facing. So we are, because of the kind of lifestyle, we are also facing these kind of things in our life. So yoga has got profound influence on our total health. It's not only the physical health, but also mental health, as well as the spiritual part of it. The personality, because it has got a desirable effect on all the three aspects of our being. That means body, mind, and spirit, that our Atma. So the need for the modern age is to have an integrated approach. We have to have the integrated approach. So the simple yogic lifestyle is when adopted by any individual, and it is not very difficult to adopt. It will best to the benefit of good physical, mental health, and we will turn more inclined to our higher self, the purpose of our existence that can be realized. So that is the part of role of yoga in the modern lifestyle. I'm just going to play. I don't know if it will play or not. Can you hear the audio of the video?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ashtanga Yoga is complete package deal, starting with Yama, Niyama, Pratyahara, Pranayama, Asana, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. It's a complete package. But in modern days, what happens? They do only asanas and say this is yoga. No, it is only one part of yoga. It is not a complete package. You are picking and choosing one thing because my focus is only at a bodily level, physical level. So picking and choosing just one activity just because you like it and it will satisfy you only at a physical level, I think we are abusing the whole system. It is like you're going to work and you'll choose to do only one thing which you like the most. What will your boss think? So likewise, the whole system breaks apart when we are simply focused either on dhyana or only at the physical. No, nothing will work. We have to have fine balance. What can a yogi do even if he's realized but cannot physically be fit? He has to be both physically fit at the same time enlightened. Heartfulness teaches moderation, balance in all sorts of activities that we can perform.
So it was about the Ashtanga Yoga, which was explained a little bit. Now we go a little bit more deeper into psychology part of it. I have explained the part of this 196 Yoga Sutras because it is just impossible to cover up within short time. So what is the psychology? Because I have to correlate the yogic psychology and the psychology over here. The psychology is, all of you know that it is a science of behavior and mental processes, and it is the study of the mind and how it works and how it affects the behavior. So this is the meaning of the psychology. This is the meaning of the psychology given by the American Psychological Association. So it is also cognitive processes. It is like feelings and attitude, thoughts, emotion, and other internal events which cannot observe directly but can be measured indirectly, as what people say, through the behavior pattern. So this is what the psychology is there. And then what is the yogic psychology? The interesting part is about yogic psychology. So yoga understands the influence, or rather I would say that the sage Patanjali has explained it very well. Influence of the mind on body and body on mind. So he explained the reasons why the mental modifications are there. Why so many, why we think in a particular way. What are the relationship about my thought process? because they are related to the vibration they arises from the field of the consciousness. And anything that takes away from the state of the mental balance or stillness, we get disturbed. And when we get disturbed, so this mental modification, they get more complex, and then they settle down in the form of sanskara on us. So yoga start actually from not from the asanas, not from the yogasana, but it starts with the baseline of mental well-being. If you are just interested in knowing this, the Yoga Sutras, they start from the first chapter, whereas Asana starts from the second chapter of it, and then it goes to up to the third chapter. So yoga starts from the baseline of mental well-being, the balanced mental state, that is the original condition, since we have to reach to that purest state, which is beyond consciousness. So it says that what should be our mental state, which should be balanced, which should be pure. And when we are in that pure and balanced state, maybe our behavior will be completely balanced. It's not maybe, it will be balanced. So this mental modification exists in all of us. I mean, no one is exception for it. We call them as psychological deviations because they pull us away from the state of stillness or happiness at our spiritual center, which is the soul. The process of refining and transcending this modification is what yoga is all about. Gradually, we elevate our mind and go beyond the mind. Our consciousness expands. And that consciousness becomes the universal consciousness. So we understand the meaning of existence. And when we understand the meaning of existence, perhaps we really understand the meaning of life. So here, before Ashtanga Yoga, the second sutra, it starts from the Samadhi Pad. It starts from the Samadhi Pad. It says the Yogic Chitta Vritti Nirodha. It is 1.2. The first sutra I have not taken up. So Patanjali Sutra offers much more, especially in the field of psychology, for our balanced existence. And I said that why balanced existence is required for all human beings. If technology is advancing so much, so if our existence is balanced, so we will understand how we should use this technology for the benefit of our human beings, and not only to the human being, for the all life which is existing in on this earth. And perhaps if we go in the space also, we can correlate our existence with this, how we go over there and how we understand the existence, life, if it is at all exist anywhere else, we can find it out. So yoga is a cessation of all modification of the mind in the field of consciousness. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. This is the second sutra. That is, what is Chitta here? Chitta is your mind, or it is your consciousness. Vritti is actually, it is like, whirlpool. And those are the waves, those are the fluctuation. And Nirodha, that means how we can control those fluctuations in the mind which are taking place, how we can take care of it. How do we handle them? So here, Patanjali goes in explaining the details of the mental psychology, yogic psychology. He went on explaining those vrittis. He said those vrittis, those are the, the waves which are there on the consciousness field. What are those things? They are instinctive thoughts, pattern, or the tendencies. And he explained there are 5 vrittis. He classified, because he has studied the human being so well. He said there are 5 vrittis. This pramana, viparyaya, vikalpa, nidra, smritaya. First vritti he explained is pramana. It can be right or valid knowledge. It's pramana. Viparyaya is false or wrong knowledge. It can be imagination, vikalpa, or the fantasy. Nidra is sleep, and smriti is memory. That means something like happen in our life. If we keep it deep into ourselves, that is, it goes into smriti or memory part of it. false or wrong knowledge, that means perception about something which may not be true. Pramana is the right or valid knowledge. It's a valid knowledge. Sleep is when we go into deep sleep, perhaps if you know about the sleep, when we go into deep sleep, we recover our body system. Here we come into contact with our subconscious mind. And it is a kind of recovery to our whole system. So these vrittis are also two types. They are klishta and aklishta. Klishta is like, they are colored vrittis. When we perceive the things with some coloration, they are klishta. Aklishta, that means they are in the pure form. So whatever we perceive, if they are in the pure form, then they are in the tune with the balanced existence. Then when these vrittis, they get complicated, they convert. He said that when these vrittis, they get colored, they become kleshas, coloring or impurities in the thought pattern. That thought pattern or whirlpool that is occurring in the field of consciousness, if they are colored, if they are impure in the thought pattern, then it gets more complicated. In what way? He said, he again divided these kleshas into 5. They are avidya, ignorance and veiling. It is lack of awareness. Asmita is not the way we think that asmita is there. Asmita here he says that it is mindness or egoism. It is related to our body part. I mean, identification with the body. That this is mine, this is I. Okay. Then raga, it is attachment or addiction. Then dvesha, aversion and repulsion. Likes and dislikes are created when our vrittis are colored. Abhinvesha, it's clinging to the life and fear of death. So he said that when the vrittis are modified, they are colored in the field of consciousness, they get more deeper turn. And then it starts again affecting our mind. Manas, there are 4 subtle bodies. Chit, Manas, Buddhi and Ahankar. So out of that, it settles down on Manas. And then when these kleshas still get complicated, they are vibrating, they start vibrating in our on consciousness with more modifications. They become obstacle and distraction, and we start moving away from our goal, that from the purity part of it. We start moving away. So vikshepas, there are, he classified those vikshepas into 9 vikshepas, but then in the modern lifestyle we have added the global guide has added 2 to 3 more vikshepas. I'll explain them. So first vikshep is vyadhi, disease and illness that is created. Bhranti darshana is false perception. We start perceiving the things wrongly. What in Stanna, it is mental illness and laziness. That means we don't want to do anything. That laziness appears. Samasya is dilemmas and indecisions. Yuddha bhumikatva is failing to attain the stages on the journey. Alasya is laziness once more and the sloth. Pramada is carelessness and negligence and haste. Then it is instability. Avirati is lack of upstanding. And FOMO is fear of missing out. These are the one added by the president of Heartfulness. It's fear of missing out. Or maybe it's a digital distraction, guilt and shame. So these are the vikshepas, they are created. I mean the vrittis, then kleshas, then vikshepas. And then when these vikshepas are getting more and more deeper, then we are bound to face with the vignas, disturbances resulting from the obstacles. So like we face dukkha, pain, mental or physical pain. Dauramanasya is despair and depression. We may go into depression, disparities, despair is there. Then when we are in this condition, swash and prashwas, that means inhalation and inhalation and exhalation, you will feel that it is changing. when you are very sad. Okay. And then you have got Angam Eka Vajata. That means trembling in the body and nervousness will be there. These are the vignas they are created. So you can see how Patanjali has classified this mental modification, which is related to the yogic psychology. He has then again given the solutions for it. He said, if you are facing such thing, what should you do? He not only identified those things, but he gave the solution for this. He said, Abhyas vairagyam tat nirodha. This is the one thing, that vrittis are stilled through the spiritual practice and letting go all the mental coloring. Then, I have selected some of them. Then tat pratishedhatmar ekatatva abhyasa. That means remedy for this. If you are facing these problems, then to practice the meditation on one principle, that is divine light, which is present in our heart. Again, you can have solution like you should have the good friends. Consciousness can be pacified by cultivating the attitude of the friendship towards everyone, mercy and compassion towards those who are suffering, joy towards those who are virtuous, and indifference towards those who are evil. These are the solutions offered by Patanjali. But then what do we do when we are living in the modern day life? Is it possible to do everything? So then Heartfulness has offered a simple solutions for people like us who are living in technological in this technological field of life. Yeah? He said these are Heartfulness has offered just three simple techniques. One is meditation, other is cleaning, and prayer. These are the three simple techniques: meditation in the morning, cleaning in the evening, and prayer in the when you go to bedtime. They are good enough. And as we do the exercises, body exercises are required, that whenever you get time, whatever exercise you want to do that. Those are the things that are offered by the Heartfulness Institute. And why they are so important? Because sanskaras and impressions are created. These sanskaras and impressions, because of this mental modification, we are now designing our destiny. Designing our destiny, that means we are changing our destiny. Whatever we do today, we will have the future like tomorrow. So we say that sow the thought, reap the action. Sow the action, reap the habit. Sow the habit, reap the character. Sow the character, reap the destiny. So when we develop the impression, we will be creating the destiny accordingly. And how do we create the impression? Like the thought is there. When the thought is there, we act upon it, and then we repeatedly do it. It becomes habit, and those impressions are created and they settle down in your heart. Even if you don't do that, if you do the wrong actions, guilt is created. Still the impressions are created. So these impressions are actually designing our destiny. So can we get rid of these impressions? Yes, we can get rid of this impression through the cleaning process of Heartfulness meditation. The three practices that we are offering is, one of them is cleaning. In this cleaning process, we do it in the evening. We allow everything to move out from our back, all impurities and complexities, and then fill it with the divine light. This is a very simple technique. It is offered, and all the techniques which are offered are free of charge. Then some micro techniques are even offered by Heartfulness. They are stress detox, anger detox, fear detox, and digital detox, and many more detox techniques are there. I have just listed few of them. And when we want to change our destiny, where do we start from? We start from the body relaxation. We relax our body, then we meditate in the morning, cleaning in the evening. This is the quadrant we show to everyone. And at the bedtime, we connect to the higher self, so that we feel we beg for our mistakes to Almighty, and so that we must not repeat them in the future. Because as I said that in this technological world, there are so many things are happening around us, and we get tempted to do many things which perhaps we should not be doing. And then because of those things, those impressions are well settled down, and we have done something which we should not be doing. So this is big. At the bedtime, we just go to Almighty and just say that I'm sorry, this has had done. I don't want to do it. I don't want to repeat it like that. So these are the simple technique by which we are getting rid of unnecessary things, those psychological barriers for our future, which are there. So this is what I just would like to say about the yogic side. I try to compress to the smallest possible extent, because it is just impossible to explain everything in detail. I try to cover up as much as possible. So Dr. Indo, I think you have said that 1 hour is there, so I try to cover as much as possible, so it can be open for the question and answers. I'm sorry, I could not do in a way I wanted to do it. It was just going in a different way.
No issue, ma'am, no issue. Anyone has questions, please?
Hello, madam. I have a question.
Yes, please.
How to follow this heartfulness in a regular life or day-to-day life?
May I know your name, please?
Prashant Kulkarni, madam.
Prashantji, Dr. Prashantji, this is very simple. This heartfulness techniques are available all over the world, in all 160 countries, everywhere in the world, everywhere in India. So if you just go to the site of heartfulness, you will able to find out who is close to you. One thing, or maybe there is a heartfulness app. You can download it, and you can meditate through, as a saying that you are the new person. So what we say is, we say that there are 3 mandatory sittings. They're of 30 to 40 minutes, and you can take the sittings from the trainer who are trained for it. Like my number is there. If you want to contact me, you can see the number over here. We are the trainer. There are 16,000 to 20,000 trainers are available all over the world, and they guide you. And these all techniques, what we do or what we preach, are free of charge. We don't charge anything for it. So he will navigate you through all the 3 techniques, day 1, day 2, and day 3, and then you can start meditation on your own. That will be explained by the trainer in detail. Where are you from?
I am from Hyderabad, madam.
Okay, so it's wonderful, Prashantji. In Hyderabad, we have got a headquarter there in Hyderabad. We call it as a Kana Shanti Vanam. You can visit there, and the president of this organization lives over there. Mr. Kamlesh Patel is the president, and Kana Shanti Vanam is from airport. I think it is 20 to 22 kilometers from there is there, and it's big, huge village we have the land of around 1,200 acres or something like that, and it is green Kana. It is also known as green Kana. It was a barren land which was adopted by Kana, our organization. Now it is completely green. You can also see where there are many other initiatives are also taken by this Heartfulness Institute. If you visit, you will find so many things are available. And
Okay,
if
madam.
you you can contact me as well if you are interested. My phone number is there on the first slide.
Okay, madam. I will contact.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam.
Are there any other questions? Audience, any questions?
I'm sure it was totally different topic than the usual topic that you people were going through it. Internet of the Things.
No, ma'am, it's very nice actually. It's
Actually, it was not in the flow that I wanted to go it. When everything in the slide is there, then the way we speak it goes in a different way. Anyway, it's whatever is to be like that.
That's a different. It was different one, and we enjoyed it. Actually, it is quite good. Other than the
Just one question, ma'am, please.
Yes, please.
So, as we all are the teachers, so we know that the youth, they are facing a very bad phase, maybe the last 2-3 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and to mold the students, as we are quite mature, we know the power of yoga, meditation, and everything. But youth easily will not do all these things. So, what you will suggest for them?
Ma'am, we have got different programs for the youth. We call it as a University Connect program, or we call it HELM, Heartfulness Leadership Mastery Program, and we offer them free of charge. Ma'am, where are you from?
I'm Dr. Sudha Gupta from Samaya Engineering College, Mumbai.
Okay, Sudhaji, we offer these programs for the students. It starts from the induction, first year, second year, third year, fourth year, and again they are free of charge. And what we do is we do not directly take them to the yogic psychology. This is a difficult part I have taken for you people, but for the student we take it in a very different way. We take it in from the personality development point of view, that we take like for example core values, how they can learn the core values, and we take in so much interactive way that the student don't understand that this has been taught to them, and at the end of it, but at the end of it we teach them this meditation and relaxation for 10 minutes only, and we ask them, if you find any change in yourself, if you find that yes you're getting in something which is totally different, then you join us. We don't force them that you please do this.
Very good, ma'am. So can you please share some link or something?
Ma'am,
so that
my number is there. Please note down the number, and I'll send you every detail of it. We have got all official things. I am also state coordinator for this HELM program, and I have got group of people. I mean, it's a complete team.
That's great.
So, and we can conduct online. And if you want the offline courses, then the Bombay team will come and conduct in your college. And it is, once again, I said that it is free of charge. We do not charge a penny from you. We just want the students to understand, how they can change and develop by themselves. This, as I said, that this was a difficult part I have taken for the faculty members. This for students, it's very simple and very interesting.
Okay, ma'am. So please share your number, ma'am.
It is, ma'am, it is 999.
Yeah.
785.
Okay.
5959. You can see on this. You can see it on the screen also, ma'am.
Okay.
Is it visible? It is here.
Yes. I'll take it. Just a moment. I'll take a pic.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just. I make it a little bold.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, very nice session, ma'am. I'll contact you.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Thank you.
And if anyone who is interested in finding out what heartfulness does it, I would like you to take it as a challenge today. Sit at 9 o'clock for the meditation. This heartfulness meditation is being done with the help of yogic transmission. The transmission is given to the person who is ready to sit down. And if you want to know how this yogic pranahoti is getting to you, you sit down at 9 o'clock today, 9 p.m. for 15 minutes. I'll give you the sitting, and you can see how you can perceive the things differently. And if you like it, you can continue. Anybody who is interested is they can join for the meditation from 9 to 9:15. And if you are interested, maybe I can conduct 5-minute session for you with you for relaxation meditation for just 5 minutes.
Sure, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am.
Dr. Indu, is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, just I'll give you 5 minutes. I'll just navigate you through what is the heartfulness, relaxation, and meditation. And just follow the instruction for 5 minutes and sit. Out of 3 minutes, I'll be giving the instruction, 2 minutes meditation part of it.
Right.
Sit comfortably. Close your eyes very softly and gently. Now bring your awareness to your toes. पैरों की उंगलियों की तरफ ध्यान ले आए. Feel the divine energy from the Mother Earth. It's entering into your heart. It's entering into your toes. And it is slowly moving upward. This healing energy is relaxing each muscle, each cell of your toes. Feel the energy moving upward. Now ankles are relaxing. The energy is slowly moving upward. Lower part of your legs are relaxing. Calf muscles are relaxing. Feel the energy moving upward. Knees and upper part of your legs, thigh muscles are relaxing. The energy is moving upward. Hips, waist, and abdomen is relaxing. Feel this energy is entering into each part and each cell. It is reducing all tension, all stress, all heaviness in the body. Now this energy is moving upward from the back, tailbone of your back up to the shoulder. Entire back is completely relaxed. Feel the shoulders are relaxing. Any stress, any heaviness, if it is there, it is gone. Bring your awareness to the chest region. Feel that chest is relaxing. Now this healing energy is moving through your arms, upper arms, lower arms, palms, and fingers are relaxing. Bring your awareness to neck muscles. This healing energy is relaxing the neck muscles. Now this energy is moving to your face, cheeks, lips, jaws, nose, eyes, forehead, earlobes, and head is completely relaxed. Bring your awareness to your heart. Feel that heart is relaxing. Now the entire body is completely relaxed with this healing energy of Divine Mother. Give the thought to yourself that divine light is present in my heart and this light is attracting me towards itself. With this thought, please start meditation. That's all. Just open your eyes very gently. How do you feel? I mean, we have just done for 4-5 minutes.
Very nice, ma'am.
Very nice.
Very relaxing. Yes.
Nice, really relaxing.
Thank you so much. This process, we call it as a relaxation process. So those who are interested may just contact me through
Right,
Dr.
ma'am.
Indu ma'am, and I mean you can go to the visit the website and find out about the heartfulness.
Right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Akanksha, you can conclude the session.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. We would like to thank our expert, Sushma ma'am, who honored this FDP and enlightening all of us with her expertise. Ma'am, this lecture was really very motivational and useful for us because we learned that how we can make ourselves physically and mentally healthy during our busy life. Beside this, we have also learned various important aspects like about Yoga Sutra, pranayams, breathing patterns, dharana, asana, samadhi, and many more. So thank you so much, ma'am, for this informative lecture. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
अभी आयशा ज्वाइन कर लिया नहीं ना?
Yes, ma'am. Just 1 second.